differences between TELOS and EOS for token holders and dapp developers.
Hi! So in our last video, we spoke about the differences between EOS and TELOS for token holders. And on this video, we want to speak about the differences for dapp developers.
Open source. The most important difference is the open source requirement. All dapps built on the EOS mainnet are required to be open source. However, dapps built on TELOS may be either open source or proprietary.
So being open source is a good thing on one hand because everybody can review the code from every dapp and make sure it is good for the community. On the other hand, if your dapp is an open source, anybody can copy your code and deploy a different app as your competition. So TELOS considers the option to create proprietary software very important, so they can incentivize dapp developers to build in TELOS and they can protect their intellectual property.
Available RAM.
So when EOS launched RAM, it was one of the most debated subjects because of the price speculation and how expensive it was to develop an app and to airdrop on the EOS mainnet. Some measures were taken into consideration and now TELOS made its own changes in order to keep the RAM prices lower and avoid speculation.
The EOS mainnet launched with 64 GB of RAM and now adds 1 KB of RAM to the network per confirmed block. TELOS is proposing to launch with between 8 GB and 16 GB of RAM and add 0.5 KB of RAM per confirmed block. TELOS believes that this initial amount of RAM is sufficient to support dapp development and also reduce the incentive for speculators in order to keep it available at a fair price for all dapp developers. Good grant recipients.
If you have a great idea for your dapp but you're concerned with the cost of running an airdrop and network resources, you can apply for a 1 year for free for your app. By becoming a good grant recipient, you will receive
your dapp's CPU and net resource needs are staked for 1 year or more. Assistance in securing RAM grants. Technical assistance from the Good Block development team, builders of TELOS. All of this without the need of giving ownership or revenue share. To apply, email grants@goodblock.io or follow this link.
Thank you. Stay tuned for more content in the upcoming days.